trust me, this is an excellent blueprint. The subtitle says, write fast, publish cost effectively, and generate lasting income. This book tells you how to do that, and it also shows you examples. And so this is really a winning toolkit. It's like a business in a box for Caribbean authors at home or in the diaspora to win. I'm excited about that. Book publishing has many paths, and just figuring out where to go at each stage can be confusing. But with insights and guidance from author experts just like us, you can tackle the writing process competently and be assured that the goal of being a published author is within reach. Welcome to the Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit, the place for Caribbean authors to shine. With each staging of our summit, leading Caribbean author experts at home and in the diaspora share their stories and strategies to win with books beyond book sales. In the process, aspiring and published authors are inspired and lives are transformed. The Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit will ensure that fewer books die in the minds of their authors, more manuscripts become published legacies, and precious lives are transformed with the turn of each page.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Caribbean Authorpreneur Summit. This is the final day, but we have had one, two, three exciting sessions so far. I hope you have all been having fun. Who is here? Who is ready for the excitement? If you are ready for the final day, let me see a yes in the comments. Please, we are going to have an amazing day, or I should say, an amazing evening. All right. So this summit today, it is the closing session, and today it's all about the publishers. But before I go any further, let us hear a word from our sponsors, which is BambuSparks and the Entrepreneur Secrets Academy.
Navigate your way to us. Step 1. Visit our website and browse our services. Step 2. Book your free consultation. Step 3. Complete and submit our preliminary consultation form. Thank you for watching. Feel free to nudge us on WhatsApp.
All right, awesome. So, again, welcome once again. The session today is going to be all about authors who have made the journey to becoming now a publisher. And from the session, we have been talking about one tell many. And so, this is where, when you leave from being an author and you go into the publishing world and you're like, wow, because how else? Well, I'll have Ruth go further into that. But I want to say this, I am already seeing such good things in the comments. I see Marley saying that she finished her manuscript this morning. Amazing. Burning the midnight oil, or I said the midnight candle. So before I go off on too much of a tangent, let me bring in our dear Ruth so that she can introduce our lovely publishers that we have today, authors who became publishers who are now helping us with Mission 2030.
All right. Thank you so much, Raquel. Is everybody hearing me loud and clear? You know, before we get into the session, we have to do our declaration. Anybody remember what the declaration is? Can you type it in the chat before I bring it up? And if you have your book, you need to grab your book, or if you're thinking of the book, then, you know, in faith. I remember when, before my first book came out, I took a book and I sat and had somebody take a picture, and I said, you know, I'm pretending like when my book comes out, you know, this is what I'm going to be doing. So I was prophesying. And so we are going to prophesy. This is my year. My book is going to do great. No one can stop it. You know, my book will do great. All right. Marley is all excited. And congratulations, Marley. I mean, you mean business. You finished the manuscript after 5 years. Finally. So the summit is doing what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to bring up our song. This is the final time you're going to hear it in this summit. And we are going to declare that our books are going to do great. So just join me. Raquel, you should have your book, man, to help declare.
No. Oh my goodness.
Man, grab your book.
It's so far away from me right now to grab. I'm grabbing it in my
faith.
mind, in faith.
Honey, all your books are at the back. So, all right, here we go, everybody. Here we go. Are you ready?
I use this to represent it.
Let's go.
Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? I'm ready. This is my year. This is my year. I'm gonna be great. You cannot stop me. No one can stop me. This is my year. This is my year. I'm gonna be great. You cannot stop me. No one can stop me. Are you ready? I'm ready. 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 Visualize it. Visualize it.
Yes, visualize it.
Manifest it.
Yes.
Manifest it.
Do the work too.
I mind my business. Today I dey work and pray. As I dey job, I dey wash my plate. I dey wash my plate. Don't be surprised when you see me elevating. Don't be surprised when you see me celebrating. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised when you see me celebrate. This is my year.
This is my year.
I'm gonna be great.
I'm gonna be great.
You cannot stop me.
You cannot stop me.
No one can stop me.
No one can stop me.
This is my year.
This is my year.
I'm gonna be great.
I'm gonna be great.
You cannot stop me.
Woo. Awesome.
All right. All right. All right. And this book is going to be the publisher's toolkit. So I actually have in the academy a premium publishing certification program. It's $5,000 where that's how much I paid to publish my first book. But with this $5,000, you get me to coach you over 3 to 4 months how to start a publishing business. You get to actually publish a book. In the process, you learn formatting, you get publishing support for up to 90 days after the program is finished. You get this book in it, and you set up your business, establish your own publishing imprint, and all of that. And this is the guidebook that you need to do this. Almost everything is in there. Only contracts are not in there, but you can always go Google and learn those things. So you need to get this book. And so tonight we're introducing to you 2 publishers, and they were trained by me, and they're authors who became publishers, and they're going to share their story and their journey. Let me introduce the first among the first of the 2 for this evening. Stories are going to be very inspiring. So last night you heard from the authors. tonight is the authors who become publishers. Because if we get 50 publishers who will publish for 200 authors, and those 200 authors create one initiative, and this is done over 5 years, we can achieve Vision 2030. All right, so that is what we're trying to do. That's why we have them on. So let me just show the video and then introduce them individually. All right, so Shaniece Wauchope-Graham is a multiple award-winning best-selling author and the CEO of VIP Ministries, or Value Inspired Purpose Ministries, and VIP Publications. She joined the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy group in January 2022 and became an ACE certified publishing coach. During the certification process, Shaniece worked on her third book, on her fourth book, Hurt to Hope, where for the first time she managed her own publication process. Her goal was to reduce her publishing costs in the future and to start her own publishing company. After certification, Shaniece began freelancing with BambuSparks to hone her publishing skills as a publishing manager and book formatter, and she established her own business. Additionally, Shaniece continues to create profitable book-based initiatives around her books, and these have boosted her speaking career. She's often invited to speak at several conferences on the topics covered in her books. Shaniece is an excellent example of entrepreneurship in motion. Please make welcome to the stage book publisher and award-winning author, Shaniece Wauchope-Graham. Take it away, Shaniece.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for having me on here, Ruth. I really appreciate it, guys. I'm so excited. That introduction sounded really good, right? Well, so my writing journey really started in 2018 or 2017 when I was given a prophetic word that I need to write a book. And since then, I have written 4 books. But how I became a publisher, I actually did not want to learn the publishing process. I really didn't. I really was not interested at all. I just thought that there were enough publishers that were out there. I actually know 3 other people who were publishing books, and I thought that was plenty. Actually 4, and I thought that was plenty. And so I didn't see why I needed to add myself to the list of publishers. Well, last year I decided that I was going to do the program with Ruth because I was on book number 4, and I realized that the books kept on coming, and if I didn't learn how to manage the process myself, I was going to have to keep paying that money to a publisher every single time I want to publish a book. So I reluctantly decided that I was going to learn the process, and so I enrolled into her academy, where she taught me and I learned the process. And one of the benefits was that I was able to work on my own book, From Hurt to Hope. You can see it in the background there. And through that program, I was able to publish the whole thing by myself with Ruth's guidance, of course. But in addition to that, in August last year, I received a prophetic word again to say that you need to start your own publishing company. And for me, that was confirmation that this is what I really should be doing. And so I obeyed And I started with my own book, and then I was able to help two other authors publish their books last year, which is a big deal for me. And I'm really humbled that they would have entrusted me with their masterpieces. And so, yeah, so that's really how I got into the publishing space. And since then, I've had the opportunity to partner with BambuSparks to help hone my skill while contributing to their vision of helping 10,000, raise up 10,000 entrepreneurs. And so with BambuSparks, I help with the formatting of the book and managing the publishing process as well. And it has really been an enriching experience for me because you are on here, you know Ruth, you know that she goes all out, she does her research, and she knows exactly what she's saying, and she is very open to helping us as authors to build our own publishing business, because as you know, 10,000 entrepreneurs is a lot, and it's a lot for one person to do. And so I am excited to be able to partner with this vision to play my part in helping birth 10,000 entrepreneurs. So that's how I got into publishing. That's what I'm currently working on. And so I am the founder of VIP Publications, is what the publishing arm of my company is going to be called. And I publish nonfiction books. I really love memoirs. And one of the vision that God gave me is to help people birth ministries through books. And so I believe in the message behind your books. And so I work with, mostly people who want to start, whether you want to start a movement or you want to start a ministry. I'm also working with pastors as well to turn their sermons into books. And so you can see right there, I do offer book writing or book development services. And that's one of my passions because, sometimes when I'm approached with books, I realize that there is need for help with coming up with the outline and the structuring of books to make it flow, because it's one thing to write a book and it's another thing to market the book. But what if you are marketing a masterpiece because you got it right from the beginning? It makes marketing your book so much easier. And so I'm currently doing two packages for my publishing company, and technically three, because I have a consultation only. So if you want to manage the process yourself, you just want somebody who is experienced, somebody who has their own best-selling books, and you want that level of expertise, then I also offer the service of consultation, and that starts at $500. And the next package, let me see, I gave it a fancy name. Let me just make sure I use that name. Oh, it's the Essential Plan. And that's basically just the basics of publishing a book. You would basically get, the copy editing, your proofreading, formatting, your cover design, your ISBN, and your barcode, and we'd upload it to Amazon. And that package starts at $1,200. And you can always do add-ons like email marketing, author branding. Those are additional services that you can get. And our second package is the Elite Plan, where we do all of what I mentioned, but we help you with the promotion and media kits, which is part of the author branding process. We include that, and that plan starts at $2,000. And this is for a book, a small book of up to 10,000 words you will get with this package. All right, so let me just make sure. So thank you. I see it on the screen. Thank you so much. Yes. Perfect. So those are the packages. And for those of you who cannot see the screen, it's validministries.com. So my advice to authors and aspiring publishers, well, first of all, if you have a desire to write a book, then you are well ahead of everyone else. Not everybody has the desire to write a book. I firmly believe that. And not everybody will act on the desire to write a book. So if you have already started your book, then again, you are already in the top, I don't know, maybe 5%. And if you actually finish the book, you're in the top 1%, something like that. So if you have the desire to write a book, just know you have a story that needs to be heard, and your book can help, and people need what you have to offer. Don't think that too many people have the same thing, or your story is so similar, or your book is the same. No, your book cannot be the same, because you are the unique factor in your book. And I believe that people are attached to your voice. And so when you write your book, you will have your tribe who will need your book and whatever it is that you are writing about. And for, of course, aspiring publishers, again, don't be like me. You're going to say, oh, but there are so many publishers that are already out there. But the truth is, there is only one you, and we cannot bring this vision to life by ourselves. So if you are somebody that you plan to write multiple books, then consider learning how to manage the process yourself, because it will get costly if you have to keep paying out all of this money every time you have a book. And help somebody along the way too, so that they too can write a book. I believe everybody should have options, and you want to be one of the options that they have. All right. So the next question I'm answering is, what has happened since I've become an author? Well, since becoming an author, there have been a world of opportunities that has opened up for me. I have speaking engagements all the time where I'm invited to speak on topics covered in all of my books. And I'm a full entrepreneur, guys. I have created programs, coaching programs from my book. I've created books from my coaching program. I have a t-shirt line that is lined, tied into my books. I also have a prior line that is based on one of my books as well. And I have plans of doing more things. I want to start a membership based on one of my books, From Her to Hope, for singles, because the book is for single believers. And so I want to start a membership for them as well, and multiple coaching program, because I'm a coach at heart. So those are some of the things that I've been hearing, like I need to do a podcast around my book, Ruth. I'm not so sure about that one yet, but it keeps blurting out when I'm talking to people. Yeah, I'm going to invite you to my podcast. I don't know the details of the podcast just yet, but it seems to be in the air somewhere around there. And of course, I also want to host like retreats and conferences and all of those with my book as the backbone of everything that I do. So that's what you can expect from me. And if there is any questions, anything else that you want me to cover, Madam Hochi can let me know.
All right. Wow, that was amazing. That's wonderful. Um, well, what we'll do, we won't take any questions for Shaniece, not just right now. I think we should leave the questions until when we're finished with the other speaker, and we can go from there. However, we have been into the session for what, about 24 minutes, and I think it is time we lighten up the air. So, how about another giveaway? Who wants another giveaway? If you want another giveaway, type giveaway in the comments. So, me, please, let's see who wants a giveaway. Because if I don't see giveaway, and I don't think we should do a giveaway. Just saying. So let's see who wants another giveaway. I don't see any giveaway. Nobody? Wow. I guess nobody wants a giveaway. Oh, wait. No, no, I see one person. Susan, hey, Susan, welcome. Susan has been with us for since the launch. We love her so much. All right. So I'm seeing giveaway. Okay. All right. Get ready, guys, because the first person to answer this question will be given the book. So let me pull up the question that I have. All right. So get ready. The question is, who was the speaker for the day one, session one summit, and what was the topic? So it's a two-part question. Two parts. Who was the speaker for day one, session one, and what was the topic? First person to answer the question. Ruth, just keep an eye on that for me. I'm looking as well. So it's two parts. You have to answer all two parts to get it. Who was the speaker? What was the topic? And we can we can play the little song. Maybe we can play a little song while they think about it. I don't remember the song that you played yesterday. Yes. Oh, it looks like Susan got it. No, I don't see the author. I don't. Oh, well, I see Susan saying here, writing and publishing made cost effective, and that was Pat Fletcher. Ruth, we can check if that's correct. If not, we wait.
It's kind of, she's in the zone with the topic. It's just not worded exactly, but if nobody else gives the exact wording of the topic, then Susan will be the winner. As to Danica, and also says the speaker.
So Susan is not quite there. You're warned.
Yeah. The topic is slightly off. Let me see. Write and retire, right? No. If anything, it might be Susan, because she's the closest to what it was. Writing and publishing made cost effective. It's close. We can give her.
Yeah, we can give it to her.
We can give her. And remember, you're gonna get this towards the end of February, because we have to order the books, and it will take 2 to 3 weeks to get to Jamaica.
Right.
So it was how to write quickly and publish cost effectively.
You've won it, Susan. We're giving it to you. All right.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
All right, introduce the next speaker, right?
Yes, let's go to the next speaker.
All right. So let me bring up her profile and get that going. I guess I'm tired. I'm kind of logging this evening.
It's been 2 days of awesomeness, so
oh gosh, yes.
All good things.
All right, so Kethjoy Watson is a partner and chief editor at BambuSparks Publishing. She published her debut novel, Safe With Me, in May 2020 with Ruth's help. Originally from corporate Jamaica, Kethjoy's book was instrumental in helping her change careers and transition to the world of book publishing. And in 2020, she established her company, Withorn Publishing. With Kethjoy's expertise as a fiction author and being a very insightful editor, BambuSparks is able to publish both non-fiction and selected fiction books. Kethjoy's corporate background also makes her an incredible asset to BambuSparks, where she's often called upon to manage oops, where she's often called upon to manage
Publication
publication
project.
projects for BambuSparks corporate clients or provide wise counsel. Kethjoy is an excellent example of moving from author to book publisher. And so make her welcome in the chat, everybody. Let's bring her on stage. Hi, Kethjoy.
Hi. It's definitely working. We need to
We
fill
have
one
to sign
sound.
out of one of the devices.
Which one are you hearing?
I think both.
I think the one
Can
that,
you hear me?
yes, we're
Yes.
hearing you, but we can't see you. We're
Oh,
seeing
great.
a
You can
light,
hear me. Good. Fabulous.
but we can't see you. We're seeing a light.
You soon see me, man. Hold on. Hold on.
All right, we
All
can
Can you see
right.
me now?
Yes.
Hi.
Yay!
We
Technical issues
sorted
here.
out
Good
the
to go.
audio issues. Welcome, everybody. We've been going hard and going strong for 2 days, don't it?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I'm Kethjoy Watson, and I started out as an author, a very timid author, a very selfish one too, because I wrote my book for myself, and I used to read it every day just for myself and entertain myself until I realized that it needed to be published, and that's how I met Ruth. Met Ruth at a Lyme, actually, at CGST or Theological Seminary. Someone invited me, and I pitched my book to her, and she told me, "I'm sorry, I don't publish fiction." And then 2 weeks later, she called me back to say, "Look here, no, I need to publish that book because she got. If you know Ruth, you know Ruth gets vision. She don't get dreams." So that's how we met, and that's how this began. Immediately, she asked me to be a partner in her business. So I moved from corporate to author to business partner, director, investor in BambuSparks, and I've been publishing books, fiction books, memoirs ever since. Funny enough, this is like a conflation of the two things that I am about in corporate life and learning to write. But can I say something to the audience though? I just heard previous speaker, and she's saying you are the unique story in your book. She's so right, because I always knew I could write. But of course, if you're born a certain decade, writing wasn't going to feed you, not in this small country. So you go corporate, where you know you can pay your bills and your funds are sure. But with that book, Ruth, hold up that book again that you have there, Authorpreneur Secrets. If I had that decades ago, that one right there, if I had that decades ago, maybe I would not be corporate. At least I would have a roadmap to assist me in writing. I have stories rolling around in my head all the time. And I have at least 4 more books in my head. But first I must publish. So how many years has it been now since we've incorporated? Is it 2 years, 2.5 years? We incorporated 2 years. We incorporated BambuSparks Limited. Going the extra mile, Miss Ruth, we incorporated BambuSparks Limited, became a limited liability company. We have directors, we have our finances to take care of all of that. The whole business of publishing has become a real and true thing. If you're looking on screen now, you will see our website and how you can contact us. So it moved from you calling one person who is a sole trader, who was Ruth at the time, to a whole network of persons. And you can get online, you can set up your 30-minute consultation with any number of our management teams, and then you can talk about your book. We've been getting calls all over the diaspora, and thankfully we have been able to move from idea to print. We print, we do ebooks, we're getting into audiobooks soon. It's an exciting time. We have several packages, as you can see. There's BookPub, that's the Book Publishing Management Spark. We have I can barely see it on my computer, on my phone. This is the only order that seems to be working for me. That middle one there, Digital and Marketing Distribution Spark, the Author Estate Management and Legacy Spark. Can I spend a second on that last one? We published a memoir in the height of the pandemic for one of our, what should I call, Denden. Denden, to this date, Manning Cup just finished. Dennis Denden Hutchinson is still our most prolific schoolboy footballer. And we had this idea about the Author Estate Management and Legacy Spark. And it came home forcefully to us the week before we were able to give him his print book. Unfortunately, he passed away. And it was even more forcefully put in front of us that we need to actually have a product like that, because tomorrow is not promised to anyone. And so if you have a book already, or you plan to write a book, whether you're 20 or you're 20 years shy of a century, consider this particular package, the Author Estate Management. Because guess what? Intellectual property in the information age is like good gold. So the book that you have published maybe 20 years ago, or the one that is still in your head, it can be monetized. You can have speaking engagements from it. You may have courses from it. You may also have persons want you to speak with them on their platforms. And platforms now are many, not just traditional media, but of course, social media. So please go to our website. It's www.BambuSparks.com. You will see our page open there. Give us a call and let's see how we can move you from idea to book. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Kethjoy. It's been such a pleasure working with you. I need to bring back Raquel on stage. So the other third of it's not a quartet, it's a triplet.
It's a triplet.
It's a trio. So we are three women in business. We're all authors. So I'm a partner in BambuSparks. Raquel, the reluctant author, is a partner. And I'm the reluctant publisher. I did not want to publish for others. I went into this kicking and screaming. But with folks like Reverend Dunbar insisting that I publish, and Arif Butler and others, similar to what Shaniece said, I kept sending people to other publishers and they refused to go. And Kethjoy talks about me having visions, not dreams. I will see things in the night and then they manifest in the day. And the publishing was one of those things that I could not shake, could not get rid of. And so we are here, but I just knew that I couldn't do it by myself. And so the vision that, to raise up others, because we want to use intellectual property as a tool for socioeconomic development. And if you want to find out what that is all about, go back and watch last night's session. So we're going to open the floor right now for questions. Is there anybody who wants to be a publisher? Are you looking for a publisher? We are not in competition here. You can choose Shaniece VIP Publications, or you can choose BambuSparks. We're not in competition. And if we don't suit you, you can find somebody else. And of course, the cost-effective option, the limited availability option, is through the Academy for less than $1,000 US. And that goes away in 10 days. It's only once per year. So let's take the comments and the questions.
And while the comments keep coming in, there's something I remember. I think this came from Shaniece too, where sometimes you start and you write a book and you don't realize that there are multiple books inside of you. You may write one book and eventually you have the drive, oh, but I need to write another one and I need to write another one. It becomes a trilogy, it becomes spin-offs. And so in that case, you will want to know how to do the process and manage the process for yourself. So, of course, if you want one book, feel free. Shaniece is here, BambuSparks is here, VIP Publishers, I believe, and BambuSparks. So, the choice is really yours. Any questions? I see good stuff, Keth. Proud of you, my friend. Awesome job. Let's see here. Let me back up. I think Carla Dunbar was saying welcome. Oh, okay. If I presently have, so this is a question from Carla Dunbar. If I presently have 3 books ready for publishing and I have already registered for the Authorpreneur Academy, should I wait now to before publishing? Ruth,
All right.
you want to take that?
That question is for me, right? So remember that publishing is a process. You have to prepare the book and then release it. So having joined the academy, the first thing you're gonna do once you join, you're gonna get an email that says welcome to the academy. You're gonna gain access to the membership portal where you can go and download this book, or the welcome email will have you download this book and you will see the steps to publish. So you can begin going through the resources in the academy. There's also FAQ and all of those things there that you will go through. And there's a booking link to contact your coach. We meet once per month, so it starts the first Wednesday in February. And every first Wednesday of each month, we're going to meet for Q&A. So one of the first things you want to do, you've already located where you are. You have a manuscript. So there's a success roadmap right there in the membership portal. I think I should just bring it up so that persons can see. You won't be able to go in there without a password, but I can bring it up just for the sake of the discussion so that you can see the next steps that are required. So let me just bring that up so that people can see what we're talking about and the steps once you join, right? So you would go to the page and pay. Once you've paid and registered and I acknowledge receipt of your payment, you get an email that welcomes you, gives you access to this portal. You cannot access it without a password, and you're not expected to share that password with non-members. So one, to get started, you understand that you will need to book a session with the coach. The sessions begin in February. That's when the registration ends. So you can book a session with Coach Daphne or Coach Antoinette, and it's only one coach you should choose. So you can't be hopping from one coach to the next. You can meet with the coach. The coach is going to create a publishing roadmap for you that covers every step in the process, editing, formatting, and then the coach will guide you to select affordable freelancers who will produce these services. So that is the process of preparing the book. It needs to be edited. It needs to be formatted. You need to get the cover design done. So you can discuss with your coach. Suppose you already have your cover design. Then you discuss with your coach. This is my idea. The coach will assess it. You meet twice per month with the coach for 30 minutes. If you miss those sessions, see there, it doesn't roll over. And if, like I said, the book has everything. So you can go part 2 of the book. You're required to read the book. Well, it would be helpful to read it. I encourage the people to go through the resources in it. We have a Rockstar prize we have different prizes for going through the materials, for coming to the meeting. Some people don't want to come to the meetings. They only want to meet with the coach, and you're free to do that. we know persons benefit from pitching their idea. Some people only come to one of the 6 meetings, and I am going to be in those meetings where you can also ask me questions. So there's a success path. Where are you? Are you writing? We say finish the manuscript. So like Marley has finished her manuscript. The second step would be to self-edit. And we teach you how to do all of that. There are videos. Then the publishing on a budget, the process is there. Step 3, you would edit and all the things that are needed. It's really straightforward. And then you have the coach to guide you, and you have the book that you can download, the ebook. And we have the resources that you heard Garfield talk about. So if you're still writing, you have the idea to book in 30 days course that is there. If you don't know how to structure your book, we teach you how to structure. If you need writing, other additional writing tips, it is there. All right. And then we jump down to publishing. We have publishing tutorials. You have the consultation form. You have the roadmap. We explain how you can publish in 90 days. So you see, it is really straightforward. And then lastly now, once you have published, it's launch and generate income. So we have the entrepreneurship tutorials. We teach you how to sell your first 1,000 copies. We teach you how to get booked on podcasts and all of those things. And you get community support. So you've joined. You should be getting, once you see the receipt, we send you the email and give you access. And so the next thing to do would be to go and book. So when you click, suppose you want Coach Daphne, and you click that, it takes you to her booking schedule so that you can already book your session starting February. So even though you say January, don't book her for January because nobody will be there January. We start in February. So you go to February, you look at the free time, you book a session, and she will help you to create your action plan or your publishing roadmap. Does that answer the question? Are we now seeing what you're going to get out of this membership group?
All right. So while we wait on Miss Carla to answer that question, I see Susan here with a series of questions. And so let me read those questions. And this is really is going to be for all 3 publishers. Thanks for saying 3 publishers and not 4.
It's 4.
Well, I am a part of BambuSparks, but I don't publish. Okay, so what are the major benefits of being a publisher? What are the pain points? What lessons have you learned so far in the process? I think I can tell you, I think these questions will take us up until close.
Let Shaniece and Kethjoy answer that.
I think so. I think this question is just for Shaniece and Kethjoy, really. And
Shaniece,
what
go
lessons
first.
have you learned so far in the process? So Shaniece, you can take that, and at any point in time, you can ask me to repeat the question. So let me just do the first one. The first one is, what are the major benefits of being a publisher?
Okay, by right, Kethjoy had her hand up first.
Oh, really?
Go first, please.
Oh my God. What are the major benefits of being a publisher? Well, I would say one of the major benefits is to share in your author's journey of bringing their book to life. And it's hard to answer that question without answering the what are the pain points question because it can be a long and it can be a tedious process with getting everything together, especially for first authors with the overwhelm, and you really have to take your time with your authors to make sure that they feel safe and comfortable in the process. Think about the first time you were publishing and you didn't really know what you were doing, and you felt like your book is probably not good enough, you're not a good enough writer, and just stuff like those. So it can be a process where it can be tedious, and there are many parts, moving parts that you need to manage. But of course, when there is that giving birth, and when you see the finished product, you feel like, oh my God, it was all worth it. And so that's one of the benefits. And of course, there is the monetary benefits as well. It is a business, you will make profits from it. And it just also depends on what your your goal or your vision for publishing books for others would be. What lessons I have learned so far in the process, I would say one of the biggest lesson for me is patience. It is patience, just how to be patient in the process and not to and to be level-headed, not to take it to a point where, oh my god, you freak out. Like I can't freak out. I have to be there for my clients. And so that's one of the lessons that I would say that I have learned so far. And that well, that's the first thing that came into my head. The second thing kind of popped out, so I'm just going to allow Kethjoy to give her answer.
No problem. Madam Kethjoy.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes. One of the benefits, one of the first ones that I edited, apart from my own, because I did my own edit, having it literally in my bosom for so many years, I edited to within an inch of its life until I thought it was very perfect. And it was good. Like what the Lord said, it is good. Yes, it is good. And that's one of the major benefits. I did it for myself, so I knew I could do it for other persons. But one of the benefits is basically you're seeing the birth of something. You're inside somebody else's head. This is something, if it's a memoir, it's terribly personal on my side. And that everyone that we edit, everyone that we publish, we treat it like it's the last thing we're ever going to do. So we have to do the best job for that person. I'm thinking of Gian Williams' book, a very personal, very hard to write book. That one brought me to tears. And then I'm thinking of another book where it's history, and history is my thing. And I could see various books from academia to this memoir. This person was actually living in history at the time. And his perspective, not an academic perspective, but his perspective as a child during that time, watching Bob Marley hold Siaga's hand and Manley's hand together at the Peace Corner match. He was one of the little footballers on the field. And I was like, my God, I get to see this. That's one of the benefits. And then you feel a personal responsibility to make sure that when you publish that thing, yes, BambuSparks will be at the back, down the corner, very small in the corner. But we had one little part to do with publishing a piece, a masterpiece, and push it out to the public. That's the benefit I saw initially and still do. Pain points, talking about the book I published for myself now that I thought was good. Run about page 100 and something, I saw a full stop that had a space before the full stop, and it haunts me till today. No lie. And I was like, how could I miss that? It's those little things. Publishing is not perfection, but we have to come as close as we possibly can because we're carrying people's dreams with them, and you want to make sure every comma is in place, every I is dotted. And I mean, even now, in this whole march to perfection and this information age that we're in, here comes AI to do what is better, possibly better than the human eye. But of course, who made AI? We made it, saying it's not perfect. What's the last question?
Okay,
Raquel?
let me tell you. And the last question is, what lessons have you learned so far in the process?
In the process, I learned that you have to, how should I put this? You have to possibly draw a line in the sand that somebody giving you this, they're giving you custody of their most private thoughts, and the company taking custody of that for a short time, be it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days to birth a book. When it goes there, the lesson for me is learn to let go. and don't quibble over that one comma that look kind of wonky. Let it go and let it go out there. We thank God for technology, we can fix it afterwards. But it always bothers me. And then you have to clear your head and leave space now for the others that are coming behind that one. For BambuSparks, we're developing a reputation. And as we saw in 2023, we're gaining traction. So bigger and better books are coming. So we can't think about the one we did 2 years ago and what we should have done better. It's learning points, yes. And we take them and we bring that kind of knowledge for the ones that are coming up. Because that's what I've learned. Learn to let go and leave space for the new ones coming in.
Wow, awesome. I know we don't have to go any further because those are valuable lessons. Valuable lessons. So I think what I
Thank you,
will do.
Raquel, for sparing me. May I? Because she did say the 3 publishers, right?
Yeah.
So the benefits of being a publisher for me is seeing what books do for folks. Oh my God. When I see that book published and the person's life just takes off, the doors that are open, that's my favorite part. When I see that I helped to publish this book and the person start a ministry, they get on TV, they start earning. This is just seeing how the book comes alive and the change and then when you hear the testimonies of the readers, oh my God, that is so awesome. And then another big benefit for me that is personal is I get to read the material before it goes out. So I am getting free education. So sometimes I feel that the books come to me because this is what I need in the season. I remember when we were doing From the Margins, which is Javette Nixon's book, I was just thinking of going from solopreneur to limited liability company. And Javet's book was about how to start a business, how to develop the business. So I felt in helping to write and publish that book that I was getting free coaching. I remember there's a book that I didn't eventually publish it, but having read the manuscript, it so challenged me. The book is by Leo Stone Morrison. I published 4 books for him. And the 4th one, I felt that, it was time for him to go on his own now. But he had submitted crossover. And I've never said this publicly. I went on a 7-day fast and the Lord said, read crossover. And it was my crossing over. I was crossing over into something new, and his book, though I didn't get to publish it, just reading that manuscript, it inspired me, it challenged me, and it gave me courage to cross over into what we now have. In terms of the pain points, oh God, the editing. When you think you've gone through this 12 times, and then when you pick up the book and you see that you missed this. I remember publishing one of our books. I have some books. So I remember Suzanne herself said to me, your books have errors. It was the most embarrassing thing because I paid an editor and I went through the book. I didn't self-edit. And so for somebody to tell me my book has errors, or you didn't read it as thoroughly as you should, and the book has errors up to today. We had to buy back like 50 books from Amazon. We had to dump 50 books for one client. 50
Yeah, I remember that.
50 books. We had to dump them because we missed. You have to be careful in the editing. I felt like I should have just trusted the editors and not go over the book myself. And we paid dearly. 50 books.
Yes, we paid to learn that thing.
And then I had to take the book and go over it myself, and then get a couple of others to read it through. So editing has always been the pain point for me, and that's why I ran away from it. I literally would cry when it was time to edit. And that's why I've gathered the team of editors that I know have, and that's why we have 3 rounds of proofreading, we have structural editing and copy editing. So that's, in all, if you put that together, that's 5 rounds of editing. And sometimes we still miss something. It burned me.
Yeah, that space before the full stop, man.
It burned me. And the lessons.
Can I tell you which book I loved? The book I edited for Dr. Jeremy Graves, Servant Leadership.
Yes.
That was the book for me that was pivotal, because I really never knew there was a term for it. The kind of leadership I practiced, I had no idea there was a term for it. And in the middle of, that's a seminal work, because he's a university professor. And I thought it needed a diagram. Like everybody's seminal work, yeah, you have a diagram. This is going to be a textbook. And I can't draw, So I literally sketch up something and sent it to him. I say, get somebody to show what servant leadership looks like, because I'm all in this book now. And he's like, he laughed. I said, look at this drawing. I said, get a real artist, please, but you need a drawing. That one was pivotal for me, Servant Leadership by Dr. Jeremy Graves. Yeah. Because in order for you to lead, you must be a servant. You must serve the people that you're leading. Yeah.
And the lessons learned in the process is that I'll just give one. You need a team.
Have a team.
Have a team. Have a team. Or else you're going to be burnt out. So don't do this publishing thing alone. That's it from me.
Okay. Wow. Amazing, amazing stuff. So, Susan, yes, Susan, I know that more than answers your question. Okay, so now we are at the close of this session. Well, wow, I've so I've talked about this so many times. Big up BambuSparks, big up Shaniece is here. It has been an amazing 2 days. We are all here to serve you. BambuSparks is here to serve you. Shaniece is here to serve you. I am also here to serve you, but not in the capacity of a publisher, because my strength and skill set lies in helping you to create a profitable digital product. So Ruth will be sending it out. I have a special summit only pricing that is only available to people here on the summit. It's $200. Normally, I will charge more for my consultation sessions. This is going to be a 3-month service. So I will work with you if you have an idea, if you have something already. I will work with you to develop it, to launch it, and we can go from there. I only have capacity for 3 clients. So not only is the pricing limited, but the availability, the spots are limited as well. So I won't be taking on more than 3. So it's first come, first serve. The email is there. It is admin@raqueln.com, and that's how you can reach out to me. Of course, this will be sent out to you in the package as well. All right, so I will allow Ruth to have the final word, and we close out this wonderful session. So yes, Susan, thought-provoking answers for sure. Ruth, over to you.
All right, I just want to ask Shaniece and Kethjoy to say their final words to those who are thinking of becoming publishers, and then I'm just going to say what next. But thank you guys for sharing in the summit and just being so candid about your publishing experience. Any final words, Shaniece, and then Kethjoy?
Yes, my final word is do it and sign up for the Authorpreneur Secret Academy. You will not regret it. I promise you, I would not be a publisher today without that program and the knowledge that you are going to get and the experience, the coaching. It's amazing. And the beautiful part is that you are going to leave with your own book that you can use as a leverage. I use my book as a leverage all the time. I'm like, yeah, I'm proud of the others, but this one from Her to Hope, I did it all by myself. And that makes me super proud. So if you're thinking about it, don't let the opportunity miss you to join the Authorpreneur Secret Academy, guys. It is powerful and you really need it in your life if you're considering to be a publisher. And do not be discouraged. Do not let anybody talk you out of it. There is room at the table for you. We cannot publish all the books out there by ourselves. And so come and help us.
All right. Kethjoy.
Yes. Thank you, Shaniece. BambuSparks. With books, we are going to help you to grow 90 feet tall like a bamboo. The whole name of this company, the whole birth of this company actually was divine. And for us to raise up 10,000 authors, and then from that, publishers, we need help. There you have Shaniece's company being birthed from Authorpreneur ASA. VIP, the VIP, what is it called again, Shaniece?
VIP publishers or publications.
Publications.
VIP publication. For the Caribbean and its diaspora in particular, our voice needs to be out there. Everybody else is publishing for their people. Here we are. We would wish to publish for our people. And it is not a selfish venture. We need to get our story out there. And this summit, this is the second summit. Is it the second summit? Correct me if I'm wrong.
This is the
The
fourth.
fourth summit, second for me. This is a thrust to give birth to a vision and reach all the potential authors and publishers in the Caribbean and its diaspora. We need to tell our stories. That's it for me.
Right. Thank you. All right. All right. So with that, we have come to the end of our summit. But just to say what is next, what's next? I must say thank you to Raquel before I say what's next. You have expertly guided these 2 evenings and taken the pressure off me. You have been a part of the summit. So I'm happy to see you promoting officially your profitable product launch online business services, because without you, we would not have had this summit. Last year, when I thought about quitting, it was that interview that I did with you that really turned things around. And Gian's story also helped me. And then we know up until 2030, we have a vision to go after. And so the summit will continue until 2030. I can't guarantee after 2030 that I'll still be doing this. God willing, in 2030, we're going to have not just an online summit. We want to have a big bash banquet hotel. We want to produce a coffee table book with our rock stars. So this book here just features a few of them. We're going to have it in color in 2030. And we want to have a huge celebration in 2030. So we are stepping out in faith, believing that this vision will be accomplished. And to accomplish that vision, remember, it's not just publishing, it's launching products and services with your book. That's why somebody like Raquel is important, because it was Raquel who helped me to take the book that I created for a boot camp and turn it into a course. It's Raquel who taught me how to set up this Facebook group and to grow it. I tell you, every service that I've put out, she's been the mind. It's Raquel that I went to about the membership group, but because because she's been a part of these international organizations, ClickFunnels, and all of these organizations, she gets to see the behind the scenes. And she taught me how to price my thing. I remember my first coaching program from the book Designed to Win. Me love give away things for free, right? And she said, you've given away enough free things. It's best you set the price at a price that nobody will ever see again. And so I offered that program for 10,000 Jamaican dollars. And it was worth much more than that until I was able to start offering it for $30,000. But I was timid, and she said, you've given away enough for free. You now need to charge. And I was uncomfortable doing it. And even when I started publishing, I'm paying tribute to Raquel especially because she doesn't big up herself enough. When I started publishing, I was doing it practically for free. And then Raquel sent me the publishing prices of another company. And I was doing more than what the company was doing. And the company was charging $12,000 US. And she said, you cannot continue like this. And so with fear and trepidation, I increased the prices and people still came. So when we talk about launching a profitable product online, if she's charging $200 a month, it's worth it. Because of Raquel's guidance, I was able to earn 5-figure in US dollars from one product that she helped me to create. That's over $1 million Jamaican dollars. And so she charging you, if you can pay $600 to get less than 100,000 to get $1 million, whatever she's offering is worth it. You wouldn't have this summit without Raquel. And so I want to pay tribute to you and say, thank you, Raquel, and encourage persons to sign up. So you're going to get a toolkit with Shaniece's services. You're going to get a toolkit. Shaniece is also giving away a book. I don't know if you saw the freebie that was on the screen. It's about 9 ways to write your book or something of the sort. There's a freebie there. She's giving away a free book to help you to write. For those who are single and want to get married, she's giving away a free book as well on that. So free is good enough, but free must lead to paid. But free is to help you to see our authority and our credibility, right? And so you're going to get the Summit Toolkit on Monday. So give me some time on Sunday to put together everything. You're going to get Michael's presentation on AI and copyright. You're going to get Gian's presentation on copyright. You're going to get Auntie Pat's presentation on how to write and publish quickly. You're going to get the links to the free courses. You're going to get the link to the Rocket Writer. Like we said, we have a program for every pocket. So if you have no money, we have free. If you have little bit of money, we have little bit of money program. If you are financially well off and you want somebody to do everything, check out BambuSparks or VIP publications and let them handle it. If you want to cut down on your costs and publish cost effectively, join the academy. And an email is going to be going out. If you're on the mailing list, it's going out at 8:45 with the details. So I want to encourage you to sign up. And for BambuSparks, again, I'm going to put up, we like to publish what we call legacy books. We want our Caribbean heritage to remain. Marcus Garvey said that people without knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. And so our aim is to say, publish your legacy books. Don't let the next generation pass off and they don't know about their heritage. Write your story. Put it out there. And remember, your book is a generational asset that can build wealth. Learn how to steward it. So you're going to get my presentation that includes the 30 different ways, ideas to generate income from the book. That was in my Vision 2030 presentation. If you need coaching now to actually put it into practice, that's where somebody like Raquel can come in to recommend resources, or even the Authorpreneur Secrets Academy can help you. That's where you get guidance. I am able to take your book and convert it into a course in 24 hours and help you set up academies. So I'm a publishing consultant. I'm also a trained teacher and curriculum specialist. I've designed courses at the university level. And so I'm able to put that into practice and to help you. If you need help to develop the book, remember Shaniece has also book writing and the book publishing to help you to develop those ideas. If you're a pastor and you want to turn your sermons into books, she's also good like that. If you don't want to write the book, I have a speaker book rocket writing program where you just need to talk and we'll take your words and turn it into a beautiful masterpiece. So that again is done through the academy. So just explore the services. You're going to get a handbook in the toolkit that tells you all the services, and you just have that to use whenever you wish. So if it is a legacy book, if it's your memoir, if it is a cultural heritage, if it's a business book, if you want somebody to manage it, if it's estate management, BambuSparks is the place. I don't think there's any other group in Jamaica, or perhaps I would vouch in the Caribbean, that is helping with author estate management. And come October, I'm going to say this, we're going to have a big summit in person to teach you how to manage your estate as authors. That's going to be a paid summit. And we're going to also teach you how to develop generational wealth from your book and how to sustain that. That's going to be in October. And Michael Laron, hopefully, once we tidy up everything, should be coming to do that. And we want to make it a massive affair. That's not going to be online. That's going to be in person. And we're going to tell you more about that, because we're serious about using intellectual property to create socioeconomic development, to generate wealth, so that we have something to pass on to our families, and so that our books can continue to impact generations long after we have passed on. So seize the opportunities to publish cost effectively. If you want to become a boss publisher and you want me to do it, there's a premium certification where I work with you one-on-one and help you start your business. If you can't afford that, just get the book or join the academy. The book has everything to take you step by step to become a publisher and to write. But I find that even when you do that, you need a little guidance. So join the academy membership group. And I just want to say thank you, everybody. Remember, the recording is on YouTube. Please help me reach 500 subscribers before Sunday. And go back and watch and share it. So thank you, everybody, for participating in the summit. And yeah, I believe it has been a good time. And though it's free and it's a lot of hard work, it's worth it because of making many books. There is no end. So go penny to win it and dominate authorpreneurship. Ta for now. Until next time. And remember, you can join the Indie Authorpreneur group for ongoing support. All right. So I'm just going to close out and say thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Summit 2024 is officially over.
Throughout our lives, we encounter adventures and memorable events. Making the most of these events is key, because these adventures create milestones in our lives, and what better way to document these milestones than through books? Milestones big or small, but they all hold a special place in our hearts. The accomplishments may be personal, such as graduating from school or getting a promotion at work, or they may be shared with others, such as getting married or even having a child. These books can serve as a reminder of the hard work and dedication that went into reaching that goal. They can capture the memories and emotions associated with it, and they can be cherished for years to come. No matter what the milestone is, capture it in a book.